What is up, Celtics Nation? You are tuned in to the Dynasty Proud post game podcast with your host, me at Parquet Poppy, and my boy at Adrian. Sorry, Adrian at NBA Swing Pass. What is up, man? How are you feeling today after the Celtics dominate the Milwaukee Bucks with no Jaylen Brown by the final score of 108-81? Adrian, how you feeling after that one?
Yeah, total domination from beginning to end. I don't think we even trailed this whole game. We came out, energy. Hugo gets his start. No Jalen, no Kata after his strong performance the other night. We just totally ran amok on these Bucks. Hugo, Baylor, a lot of energy, a lot of winning plays, a lot of grit and a lot of hustle with this team. No matter who they put out there, they just play hard and they play for each other. So we had it up to 30. It would have been nice if we held that 30-point win, but we'll take this win.
Oh, come on. 30. It's okay. We won. We
Yeah,
dominated. We
yeah,
dominated. No Jalen, no problem. Like I just tweeted out on my socials. If you're are tuning in, make sure y'all go follow us on X at Parquet Poppy and at NBA Swing Pass. And like you said, no Nemish Keita as well on the second night of a back to back, and it was no problem. I mean, you throw in the guys off the bench into the starting lineup. Vucevic starting today, first start as a Celtic, and then you still have Garza coming off the bench to back him up, and they still played crazy, like crazy good. And it's like what I believe was it Scal or Drew at the end of the game right there, just basically saying the Celtics floor is higher than other teams. Like it's so true. Like it's insane how high our floor is with these guys. They're just so well coached. So it just they play inspiring basketball, inspiring defense. The defense turns into offense all the time for these guys, and they're just playing absolutely great basketball right now. Sitting at 41-20 on the season now, and they're contenders. I know we lost the 20 before we won the 40, but whatever. We lost that 20 on the second night of a back-to-back against Denver in the elevation. This team is a contender. I'm sorry, like these guys are going to compete for a championship this year. That's how good they are. Like they play well with no Tatum, no Jalen, no Nemi, and here we are, just dominating Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks on Giannis's first night back. On limited minutes, whatever, but he still was outplayed by Peyton Pritchard today. Um, just insane stuff from this team today. Mouthpiece, what's goody squad? Bucks were food tonight. Yes, sir. It was free meals all night tonight. Mouthpiece, thank you for tuning in, man. We really appreciate your support. Longtime fan of the show, always coming in here and giving us some support. If you guys want to talk to us, talk about the game, let those comments flow, man. Just go in the live chat, talk, let us know what's on your mind. We're gonna post you guys. We're gonna get you out there. We're gonna get you some exposure. Let's grow together, man. Appreciate you for everyone tuning in for the support today, man. Just good stuff. Um, Adrian, man, you had talked about Hugo today. I mean, starting lineup drops what 15 points and secured what like 17 rebounds. I mean, 16 rebounds.
yeah,
The kid is a 20-year-old rookie.
yeah,
Like like Brad finding this kid overseas, getting him on this team, drafting him, and he's doing this against the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks aren't that great of a team this year, right? But for him to be having a performance like this, guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo, I mean, look at the players that he's guarded this year. That's a tall ask for a rookie who started the season at 19 years old, turns 20, a week or two ago, and he's taking on some of the best players in the league, and he's absolutely a force. He's like doing things right now that like we haven't seen rookies do since Tatum.
hmm
Like it's insane. Like you give him the runway, and the minutes, and the kid just performs. It's insane.
yeah, yeah. He had Luca in that Laker game. He had Giannis tonight. Kid'll make you work. He's just all energy. He's just a ball of energy. He doesn't stop. He hustles. He blocks shots. He offensive rebounds. He sprints down the court. He gets open layups. hits the threes. His ceiling is pretty high at this point.
Yeah.
His potential is whatever the kid wants. That's how high is he gonna get?
Yeah, I agree, man. It's just been absolutely it's been absolutely a pleasure to watch this team this season and the growth that we've seen in these guys. I mean, we were at the beginning of the season very like, all right, what is the season going to be like? Who is this team going to be after 20 games this season? And then even with the first 20 games, it was still kind of like, all right, we still have a lot to like, we still need to see a little bit more. And as the games have gone on, right, we're sitting at 61 games this year, 3/4 of the way through the season, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to see these guys grow in their roles, grow on this team with no Tatum, with Jaylen Brown leading the squad. I mean, I don't know if you saw the latest video of Beneath the Banners on YouTube, but just watching Jalen like glow about the players this year, just giving them a lot of credit and in his All Star press conferences and just seeing him smile, you could feel that genuine care, that genuine love that Jalen has for these guys, and how proud he feels to be the one leading them. For all the, even myself at the beginning of the year, I said, what is Jalen going to be? Like, we've seen him, without Tatum at points in his career, and we've seen him, fall short. This year has been nothing but a huge success for Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. I mean, we had the Tank fan club going crazy at the beginning of the year when the Celtics dropped their first 3 games. I mean, AJ DeSanta this, AJ DeSanta that. No, this guy's better than AJ. Like, AJ, come home. And the Boston Celtics have just been like, yeah, that's not happening. We are champions. We have championship caliber players on this team who have won it, who know how to win, and they just literally went into the season like with that mentality. The mentality never wavered, and the results are the proof. Your record is who you are, and these guys are contenders. It is just it's just like so nice to be able to watch this team night in and night out, and basically just like watch good basketball, man. Like it did, like even the losses haven't felt devastating this year. In past seasons when before we had won it, when the team was still trying to prove themselves, sometimes the defeats, they felt like that's it, it's over. Like you would think that it would just carry over for the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, like, this season feels different compared to those seasons because one, yeah, there wasn't a lot of high expectations, but you know, for the people that have been watching this team and this year, it's just been so fun to watch. Just going in and beating these teams that a lot of people thought would just smoke us this year with our roster, and we're going in and we're competitive. Like, it's just insane. I mean, you would have looked at this matchup, you would have looked at the schedule at the beginning of the year, and you would have looked at the times the Celtics were going to, at the amount of the times that the Celtics would play the Milwaukee Bucks this year. I don't think anybody would see us, dominating in a fashion like this on the second night of a back to back. But they've been great all year on second nights of back to backs, and it's still, it's just great hoops, man. I feel bad for all the people who kind of like took a break from the season after Tatum went down. Basically, we're packing it in. It's going to be a gap year, but shout out to the fans that have been watching, that have been sticking through it all season, because this is some of the best basketball that you've probably ever seen in your lifetime, that the Celtics have played. Because we got a lot of new fans, right? A lot of new fandom coming in to watch this team. with the rise of Jason Tatum, with the rise of Jaylen Brown, who probably weren't paying attention to the Celtics after the Paul Pierce era. Um, I mean, there was we also had the Isaiah Thomas era that was fun too, but there's probably a lot of fans that had tuned out and kind of like always the little bit of fair weather, straddle the fence. Oh, I'll watch them if the TV's on or whatever. But if you've locked in and watched this team all year, shout out to you, man, because you've been watching just elite hoops. I mean, what we've been seeing from Joe Mazzulla and staff this year has just been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a complete team. I mean, there's no egos on this team. Everyone's just playing for each other. It's 1 through 15. Just everyone. Joe has got these guys in their roles and they play in their roles. Look, Baylor Shireman, look at Jordan Walsh. These guys aren't, they're on the bench cheering for each other, and it's the team is tight and they're pulling for each other. And I mean, I take a team that's together over a more talented team any day of the week.
I
And
feel that.
this team will go pretty far if they stay connected. And we just got to wait to see if Tatum comes back. And he may be the piece that pushes us over the Eastern Conference come playoff time.
Even if Tatum doesn't come back, this team looks great. I mean, adding him would just absolutely be phenomenal. I mean, you put in a perennial first team All NBA or back on the squad. Yeah, the minutes get a little a little messed up from some of the other guys coming off the bench, but I mean, the team isn't going to take a step back, right? Like it would be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs with him. But
Mm.
as it currently stands without him, this is a solid team. This is a solid team that can really win. The defense has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's been the number one defense for like how long now? I believe like since coming out of the All-Star break.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's not fake. These guys play defense. These guys play defense. When you watch them, I just can't believe like the the hustle, the intensity, the scrappiness. Guys are just getting their hands in.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, and they're going for and they're battling for boards like it's
Hmm.
the last game of their career. You see the way these guys play, they play like it is their last game that they'll ever play. It's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, you got a lot of like guys that stepped onto the court for Milwaukee tonight that cannot replicate that intensity, right? Like they play hard, but they do not play like their life depends on it. The Celtics play like their life depends on it. They play like they want to win a finals. They've seen these guys win a championship,
Hmm.
and they want that too. These young guys are hungry, bro. These guys want that. Like they want that success. They want their names in history. And it shows. It shows in the play every single night. They play for their coaches. They play for Joe Mazzulla. You don't see that with a lot of like young coaches.
No,
You don't.
no. Yeah, you see it in the intensity. I mean, these guys are fighting through screens. They're chasing shooters down for attempted blocks. They're, running ball handlers from behind. Everyone's doing it. It was a Derek White thing now. Peyton Pritchard's doing it. Shireman's starting to do it. All these guys are just, just copying each other and just hustling. It's all hustle out there. Hands up, hands down, strip you. There's no easy baskets. There's no easy points against this defense. They're all locked in and they're all engaged and they're playing so hard. Like you said, energy levels sky high.
Shireman. I mean, Shireman last year showed flashes of like offense, right? Like
Hmm.
amazing like passes, little behind the backs, little Rondo-esque fakes. And this year, like he hasn't really tried that. What he has focused on this year is his defense. Baylor Shireman is playing his ass off on defense. This is something I was not expecting. Like I was expecting the leap of the offense this year because of the flashes that we saw last year, and it's completely the opposite. he has stepped up his defensive game like 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 no one I've seen in a second year player before. Maybe I can't even remember, man. I'd have to go back and really think. Maybe Marcus Smart, right? But Marcus Smart is a different breed though, as far as a
Yeah.
defensive player goes. But to see the steps and the progress that Baylor Shireman has had this season when starting, he's 10-1 now. Celtics are 10-1 when Baylor Shireman starts on the season. They were 9-1 before the game. He starts today. He started tonight, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah, he started. Yep.
Okay. And they're 10-1, and that's attributed to his defense. And the offense, it shows flashes here and there. The playmaking shows up here and there a little bit. But his defense has totally changed the team. And then it's just like and then you got the guys like Jordan Walsh coming off the bench who also played well tonight on defense. I mean, he forced the guy to pick up his dribble and move the pivot foot. The dude that was previously on the Nets. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, he came
Oh,
in.
Thomas. Yep.
Yeah, Cam Thomas, and he came in and he was behind that play. Cam Thomas was running, and he comes back, gets in front of Cam Thomas, forces him to pick it up. He moves the pivot foot. I mean, that's hustle. That you can't teach that. That is like you have to want that. He didn't give up on the play, and he forced the turnover, and that's coming off your bench.
Yeah.
A guy who was starting and giving you solid starts earlier in the year. Now he's coming off the bench and he's just absolutely still playing hard. He's still playing like he wants to get back in the starting lineup. Not a lot of guys on teams around the league play like that. A lot of guys would sit on their hands and be like, "Ah, shit, he all right, let me jog. I'll jog back." He did not jog back. He sprinted back and forced that turnover. And you can't teach that. You can't.
Yeah, and credit to Joe Mazzulla and the coaching staff. I mean, pushing these guys, they know if they make a mental mistake or don't hustle or whatever the case may be, they're not going to see the court again for that rest of that night. So these guys are engaged and they're locked in, and they know if they do mess up, chances are they won't see the court. So totally locked in. Credit to the coaches, man. Great job.
Dude, it's just been insane. If Joe Mazzulla doesn't win Coach of the Year, I mean, it's a sham award.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Let's take a look at the box scores. Let's get a little bit more into the performances today by this team. Sam Hauser today, man, he made some nasty shots with little to no space
Mhm.
in this game. 14 points, 4 of 8 from three, an assist, a block, a steal, and he was a plus 16. I mean, this is at the beginning of the year when Sam wasn't playing well. This is like the performances that we wanted, right? Like our 12 to 14 a night, and he's been doing that consistently now for a while. So Sam, man, just praying there's like no injuries here for him. You know, going into this stretch before the postseason because the Celtics absolutely need the scoring from him. Um, Pretty much since he's been scoring this season, like better. The Celtics have just been absolutely playing really good offensive basketball. And yeah, just I know I was talking about like, hey, maybe we look at a trade at the deadline. Yeah, I'm eating my words. Definitely was jumping the gun there a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Joe shows trust in his guys. I mean,
Mhm,
I didn't see it for a period. Sam was struggling on both ends of the court, but
mhm.
Joe stuck with them and shows trust, and he's playing well right now.
Yeah, facts. Nikola Vucevic, 10 points tonight, 5 of 12 from the field. Not the greatest shooting night today, but he pulled down 5 rebounds, was dishing the ball, had 7 assists today, and was a plus 25. So Everybody, the whole starting lineup scored in double digits today. So just really good scoring. Really good. When all the players are in double digit scoring, you just know that they were able to get whatever they wanted. They were just able to attack Milwaukee in so many different ways. Um, and just spread the ball, get everyone involved on the team, and it's just a team, man. It's just you look at these box scores, and that is just a certified team win right there on the second night of a back to back. Just absolutely dominant. Derek White tonight, 18 points, 5 of 18, 4 of 12 from the field. Not his best shooting night either, but 9 assists. So he was a team high plus 31 in this game. And, even though the shooting wasn't going down, 18 points is still good. Got to the line 4 times, made 4 and 9 assists with only a couple turnovers. The Celtics protected the ball really well tonight, only 10 turnovers altogether. So just Derek White was out there facilitating, so that was really good. Even though he wasn't scoring, facilitating, it's absolutely what the Celtics needed. Baylor Shireman, 10 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, and probably one of the better Sellies that we've seen in the past couple years. He's turning into an elite shit talker, bro. I absolutely love it. Yesterday's game where he does he started the big balls celebration but stopped mid Selly and then gave the little thumbs up while looking over at Nick Nurse on the bench. I love it. I love everything about Baylor Shireman and his antics. This guy, it just reminds me of a Danny Ainge type where he just gets under the opponent's skin. He loves chirping at the opposing team's bench whenever he makes a shot, especially those corner threes. I don't think he likes anything more than that. He just loves turning around after he makes a shot, talking his smack, getting down the court. I mean, I love that personally for this team. I think this team needs a guy like Baylor Shireman over there talking some junk because we've seen this Celtics team kind of like be like the good, oh, we're kind of like, the quiet ones. We don't really talk much. We let we do our talking on the court. Nah, screw that. Screw that. You guys are good. You guys deserve to talk. When you're whooping ass, talk that talk. I don't care. I want that fire. I want that fire in these guys. I want I want the opposing teams to feel defeated. I want that. I want a guy like Baylor Shireman out here doing the dirty work that the superstars don't do. I know they talk. But they don't talk like how Baylor Shireman does. I love it. I want to see more of that from him. Keep the thumbs up, Selly. It needs to be permanent. That is a perfect celebration. You can always go back to that. Throw the thumbs up. Everybody knows that it was born from the broken thumb. I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's way better than the wrist grab that he came up with for Tatum after the three. I love the thumbs up and keep
Yeah.
talking your smack, Baylor.
Yeah, he just needs to keep that splint on, even when the thumb gets healed, and just keep it all taped up and just, you know,
Let it be part of your game,
yeah,
right?
yeah, just show it.
Allen Iverson had the arm sleeve. Baylor Shireman got the thumb sleeve. I want it. Market it. Celtics, if you're listening, let's get some thumb sleeves in the pro shop. I will order 100 of those things, and I will have them for the rest of my life. It needs to be done. Somebody has get the admin on the phone. Somebody Twitter admin. Go tell them right now. But yeah, Baylor Shireman, man, he's just been balling out. We already gushed about him earlier. Just love everything about this guy, especially the defense lately. The defense, you keep getting better at the defense, man, and then he develops his offense. I mean, the Celtics are positioned so well with their development. It's crazy. Hugo Gonzalez, 34 minutes, 18 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 6 15 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals, 2 blocks, a plus 29. Plus 29, bro. He's a rookie, and he's pulling down 16 rebounds as a rookie. Come on, man. That's just insane. How many rebounds did Giannis Antetokounmpo have today? 11. He out-rebounded Giannis Antetokounmpo. What? What? We had Vucevic as our starting center? He out rebounds Vucevic and Giannis? Bro. I mean, I've been watching Celtics basketball for a long time. I've never even seen Tatum do this. I really haven't seen a lot of rookies do this. If ever. Okay? And they had mentioned that what he did tonight, I think in the first half with his rebounds and his points, only 2 players have ever, accomplished what he did, and it was like him and Larry Bird. That's why I haven't seen it, because I wasn't alive for Larry Bird. Like, I wasn't old enough to remember Larry Bird era. And Hugo Gonzalez did that tonight, something I've never seen before in my lifetime. And he did that as a rookie, 20 years old on this team. Well, what? Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens. Brad motherfucking Stevens, man. What the hell? What is it? Like, this guy just breathes, sleeps, eats basketball. Brad Stevens is the one doing the scouting. Brad Stevens is like, he's a maniac.
Yeah.
He's a maniac. I mean, you tell me if you've ever seen anything like that.
No, this kid's got a motor on him. I haven't seen anything. A rookie come in and just play with this high motor, energy, effort. Yeah, he's got a bright future, man. Everyone's praising him. Celtic Nation loves him, and rightfully so. He's sky's the limit for this kid. He's all the potential in the world.
He's guarding opposing teams' best players as a rookie. I mean, they're like, I know we have Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown loves to guard the best players. He calls himself the best two-way player in the game. Hugo Gonzalez is guarding a lot of these guys Jaylen Brown guards.
Yeah.
And he's only going to get better.
Yeah, he is.
Next year, if his defense takes kind of like the Shireman leap this year, oh man, it's going to be crazy for the league.
Yeah.
I mean, Hugo, Shireman, Tatum, Brown, Nemi, who am I missing? Derek White,
yeah.
Jordan Walsh, even a little bit of Luka Garza right now. Come on, man. This is going to be a defense. Like, it's already like a number 1 defense right now. Imagine next year when some players take the leap, a bigger defensive leap, another offensive leap, while playing with Tatum and Brown. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hugo's youth is actually benefiting him because he's not scared. He just doesn't know. And that's good for him. He's just playing hard. He's not looking at the names in the back. He's just guarding guys, and he doesn't care who he's guarding. He doesn't, I'm not saying he's disrespecting their game, but he's looking at him as an equal to whoever he's guarding. And the kid's probably ultra competitive and confident, and rightfully so. He's showing it out there on the court,
He's been guarding men since he was 12, 13 years old. Professional basketball players overseas. He is absolutely not scared of anybody in the NBA. He's not scared to guard anybody in the NBA. He's not scared to shoot the ball when he has the opportunity. He's not scared. Like, he's not scared to rebound. He wants the ball. He's looking for the ball. Yeah. That's instincts. That's basketball instinct. That's stuff that you can't really coach. Right? Like, DNA. You can't coach it. You can't coach like wanting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that has to just come from within.
Yeah.
Like you just have to have that burning drive to want the ball, to want to rebound. And he wants to do everything. He wants to be great. You could tell. You
Yeah.
could tell, man. It just shows on the court every single night.
Yeah.
Um, let's get back to this box score because um, let's see. Amari Williams, a minute, nothing there. Luka Garza came in, gave you 20 solid minutes, 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 10 rebounds. Luka Garza pulled down 10 rebounds in 20 minutes. Giannis Antetokounmpo pulled down 11 and 25. What? Luka Garza just staying ready, the stay ready group. I mean, just coming in and hey, Luka, we're down knee me tonight. We need you to come off the bench and give us a little something. Yeah, I got 10 boards for you. Oh, you need seven offensive rebounds? Yeah, I got those for you. You want some second chance opportunities? I got you, coach. Come on, man. That's insane. 34 minutes, 25 points for Peyton Pritchard. Nice bounce back game for Pritchard. Team high 25 on 10 of 23 from the field, 5 of 10 from the three, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, dishing the ball as well, plus 15. Yeah, scoreless. First time scoreless last game, and definitely was more aggressive today. Took his shots. You know, Milwaukee, not the. I mean, let's look. Let's go look at the names down here. From Milwaukee, Gary Trent Jr., Gary Harris, Cam Thomas, Andre Jackson Jr., Ryan Rollins, Jericho Sims, Pete Nance, Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Bobby Portis. Not a lot of comp there.
Yeah, and Kyle Kuzma didn't even play, and he was a healthy scratch. So I don't know what's up with that. So
That's bad.
yeah.
So not the best comp that he's playing against coming off the bench for the Bucks. Look at that bench, man. That's just tragic. But he needed this little bounce back. I don't know what happened last game. I don't think I remember the last time Peyton Pritchard scored 0 in a game. Maybe his rookie year. So it's been a while. That was a lot of people getting on Pritchard last game. The last game was an outlier. It was the outlier of outliers. So only right for him to get back against this team. 25 points, solid performance from him tonight. Just pouring it on there at the end too in the fourth quarter. Just making it known. He had a little buzzer beater again in this game at the end of the third, and it's just what Pritchard does, man. You knew after last game he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Like all the Pritchard, deniers, just flaunting their truth last game after Pritchard scored 0. Who do we play last game? Who do we play? We whooped them, right? Like,
We played the Sixers, right?
the Sixers. Yeah, we whooped them.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? He scored 0. We whooped them. His bounce back game today, he's gonna be fine. Please, Pritchard deniers, just stop. You're looking foolish. One outlier game, 0 points. Come on, just relax. Ron Harper Jr. got into this game today, 15 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field. Not too much from him today. Good, solid, garbage time minutes from him. Jordan Walsh, 16 minutes today, 0 points, but 7 rebounds. I'll take that. I'll take an assist. The 7 of the rebounds were offensive. 3 of them were offensive. Yeah, I'll take that. That's fine. He played great defense. That's what you need him in there for with the second unit. Come in, play some defense. Take your shot when it's there, and you move on. And that's pretty much Jordan Walsh's role now. Just come in and play defense behind these guys and just try to support them as best as you can. Let's look at the box score for Milwaukee. I guess God, this looks terrible. Ugh. Giannis today. Team high 19 points coming back from, 5-week injury here. 7 of 18 from the field. I I mean, he doesn't look like his self anymore. I think these injuries are really starting to pile up and catch up to him right now. Uh maybe that changes. Maybe he needs a little more you know, a couple more games to bounce back, get into his groove. But this is the same Giannis that Bucks fans tell us is the MVP this year, even though he's barely played. I mean, come on now. If you're a Bucks fan watching this, be realistic, man. This guy's not an MVP right now. Not like, come on.
Yeah, he doesn't have much support either. That roster's not very talented.
It's not. It's not. But you can't be MVP on a crap team.
Yeah,
Like it,
for
it
sure.
just it just I don't get it. I honestly don't get the MVP criteria anymore. To be honest with you, everybody has a different everybody has a different criteria these days. But I remember when it used to be best player, best team. But for some reason that was held against Tatum for losing in the finals to Golden State, and his 30-point average season, best player on the best team. But whatever. I mean, it changes every year now. The Shy gets it for being best player on the best team, but I guess it's because he never lost a finals, right? So that's why he gets it over Tatum. Whatever, it's all good though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Giannis doesn't, yeah, like you said, have the support. I mean, we looked at the bench. Bobby Portis, 12 points today. I mean, even look at the rest. Bobby Portis isn't the same player as he was either.
No.
A couple seasons ago. So these guys, man, it's feeling like that era is kind of over.
Yeah.
I think the writing was on the wall once Drew Holiday was inexplicably shipped out for Damian Lillard,
Mhm.
and then that was a travesty. And Damian Lillard gets cut by like while he's injured, and people talk about the Boston Celtics and them not being um standing by their players. I'm specifically talking like Anthony Davis's dad, talking about Isaiah Thomas, which was a completely different situation. Um, and then you got organizations like the Bucks who ship off Drew Holiday after he wins a championship, and then you send him to Portland, and then he's like, I don't want to be here. I want to go to a contender. Like you thought that you were just gonna ship him to Portland and he was gonna be okay with that, and just you know like contenders weren't gonna try and scoop him up after you sent him there. Yeah, man, that organization, I don't get it. Me and Adrian, we had talked about the Bucks organization after they had Griffin. They were like what 31 wins on the season,
Yeah. Yep.
and then because Giannis didn't like the way he was coaching them or talking to him, they got
Yeah.
him fired,
Yeah.
and then hired Doc Rivers, who was broadcasting. Doc Rivers had just signed a contract to like broadcast for like the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
Doc Rivers was checked out. Doc Rivers was done with coaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Doc Rivers is a businessman.
Yeah.
You you're gonna throw a bag at Doc Rivers while he just got a bag? Who's not gonna take the money?
Yeah.
Like as the Bucks organization, you should know that this guy just signed on to he was with ESPN, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
ESPN, ABC. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that whole thing. Yeah.
just signed a contract, like a multi-year contract. He was checked out of coaching. And you said, you know what? That's the guy I want leading Giannis. That's the guy I want leading the new regime.
Hmm.
Is Giannis to be happy and stay in Milwaukee, and they did it.
Yeah.
And it's been absolutely downhill since.
Mhm.
Everything.
Yeah, it's tough for Doc because he had buy-in with the Celtics with the KG, and KG was probably more of a voice. I these past few stints, I mean, with the Sixers, then the Clippers, now with the Bucks, I don't think these guys are relating to him. I don't think he can relate to these type of players, and I don't think. I think he's just talking to a wall. Basically, there's egos involved, and guys just are hard to coach. And guys look at your resume and they look at your record and look at what you've done in recently, and it's hard to be a leader if you haven't been successful. And they just look at that '08 championship and say, "Oh, that's all you've done, since then." I mean, it's tough to lead.
It's absolutely a "what have you done for me lately" leak,
Yeah.
right? I mean, what, like it's like you said, a player can, you put the coach there, but it's like you said, the player's gonna look at the resume. Doc has had a lot. Like, you get to the playoffs, you're up 3-1 in the playoffs, and Doc has lost the most 3-1 leads in playoff history.
Yeah.
We've seen it multiple times these past couple decades.
Yeah.
And that sticks. Players, they pay attention. They're bigger fans than we are.
Yeah.
They love the game more than we do.
Yeah.
They know exactly what's going on with every single coach. And then for the players to act the way they acted once Griffin was fired, and they were dancing on the court, happy, oh, our coach, we're getting a new coach. I mean, the egg and the pie on their face
Hmm.
after the Doc Rivers hire could not have felt good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're cheering and happy that he's fired, and then here comes Doc,
Hmm.
who's blown the most 3-1 leads in playoff history, hasn't won a championship since 2008. And I'm sorry. Like, thank you, Doc Rivers, for the '08 championship. I thank you for that. But that was 18 years ago. 18 years ago, right? And you left our team. You left because you didn't want to rebuild. You wanted zero part of a rebuilding squad. You left Rondo out to dry. Rondo, a Celtic great,
Mm.
an all-time Celtic for me personally,
Yeah.
and you left him hanging because you wanted to coach Chris Paul. You wanted to leave. You weren't bleeding green.
Mm.
You were done bleeding green.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, Doc. I'm going to slander you. I'm going to shit talk you. Any team that you go to and you don't have success, my job is to remind you that you left the Boston Celtics. That's just my job as a fan. That's what I'm gonna do. You can go check out the Milwaukee Bucks final post for today's game. I'm in there. I'm talking, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is when you're a Celtic fan. When you're a real Celtic fan, you bleed green every single day. You get on a podcast post games most of the year, right? Like, we got lives, right? We do things after the games, and we got places to be sometime. But for the most part, I'm here talking. We're here talking. And if y'all want to talk hoops with us, want to interact with us, y'all can follow us on our socials at Parquet Poppy, at NBA Swing Pass, and we talk Boston basketball, baby. Also, you can follow the Dynasty Proud podcast, X, and the Boston Sports Entertainment Network _ BSEN _ 617. Everything, um, everything New England sports related, Boston related, uh, goes down there. Always streaming. I think we had another live stream today. The Pucks and Power Plays podcast today was streaming today for the Bruins game. So we're on here, man. We be going live. Make sure y'all click that subscribe, that follow, do all those good things, man, and make sure y'all are tuned in because this is where the real Celtics fans hang. We're not reporters. We just be talking what we be feeling out of our hearts, out of our Celtic green hearts. But yeah, man, that's just where I stand. Yeah, shout out Doc Rivers. Love that, love what you did for us, but you ain't us no more. You ain't like us. Yeah, man.
and it just
Two
shows how much. Sorry to interrupt. It just
No, go
shows
ahead, go
how
ahead.
much Joe Mazzulla actually how impressive he's been. I mean, you look at Doc Rivers that can't hold a room probably in a locker room, and it makes Joe Mazzulla look more impressive because he's got these guys locked in. He's got these guys engaged. These guys will run through a wall for him. They listen to him. They play hard for him. So, coach of the year right there. It just it's a clear cut case for me.
Joe Mazzulla just has like a commanding presence, right? Like when you see him on the court, when you see the camera cut to him, I mean, it's just the same expression, right? He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, he doesn't show it on his face. And you look at these other coaches.
Mhm.
Let's talk about yesterday's game. Nick Nurse.
Mm,
Nick Nurse, man, the biggest complainer I've seen in a coach in my lifetime.
yeah.
This guy is never not bitching. Right? Am I
Mm.
tripping?
No, you're not.
Every time they cut to the camera, that guy is on another one. Come on, man. You're going to tell me that you watched DeAndre Ayton pull the finger gun
Mm,
celebration at Nemish Keita's head, and you're going to tell me, oh, he was just doing the three. Get the fuck out of here, man.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Nick Nurse. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to curse. But it's antics like that from a head coach that give me zero respect from the head coach. If I was a player, I'd be like, man, my fucking coach is a clown, bro.
Mm,
I would say that. I
mm,
would personally think that. I don't respect it. I don't. And
mhm.
these guys respect Joe Mazzulla. He commands the respect. He has a commanding presence on the court. And these guys are just they feed into it, man. Like,
Mm,
and it helps too that Joe Mazzulla is kind of like a little bit younger as
yeah.
well, right? Like he's not Doc Rivers age, right? And he can relate to these guys. I mean, Joe Mazzulla's played good basketball hoops in his own lifetime as well,
Mhm.
right? Joe Mazzulla's, I mean, he's not a slouch. He's not just
Yeah.
some guy who came up off the bench who's a X and O's nerd. He's a hooper too.
Yeah.
And you can tell these guys like they love playing for him. They love playing for him, and um, it's just man, like how
Yeah.
fortunate were we to the whole freaking fiasco with uh uh uh
Yeah.
you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, I'm blanking
Yeah,
out too.
I
Yeah, the
know, I know.
old coach,
Yeah,
Diddler
we're
over there.
yeah,
Yeah,
the diddler. You man, we're so lucky, bro.
yeah, yeah.
uh,
A lot of it's body language too. You see these other coaches, grabbing their heads, they're bent over, they're throwing their arms up. Missoula doesn't do all that. I mean, I related to a parent. If your kid sees you out of control, they're gonna act out of control, and
mhm.
these guys follow suit. They see their coach, huffing and puffing out of control. They're going to be the same way. And credit to Missoula, he's calm. He's fiery inside. He does have his conversations and arguments with the coaches, with the referees, but his body language is pretty on point though for a young guy like him.
The one thing about Doc Rivers that I think is going to forever haunt him is the clip with the 76ers on the sideline where the Sixers were checked out and Doc Rivers is just on the sideline. Guys, come on, guys. Come on, guys. What we gotta log in, guys.
Yeah,
Dude, that is going to forever haunt Doc Rivers. Like that clip alone right there is the kind of coach that he is now. Unfortunately, at this stage of his career, of his coaching career, he's the guy that like he's trying to rile him up, but he can't. He can't anymore. He can't command these guys like the way that he used to. he got thrown such a fortunate situation with Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen. And you get a beast like KG on your team who's been wanting to win a championship for his entire career, and he's like on the precipice of not getting one, right? And he needs to make a career move, something that's going to change his own legacy. And he chooses the Boston Celtics because Ray Allen's like, yeah, I'll go if KG's going. And it gets thrown into Doc Rivers' lap.
Yeah.
He succeeds in his year with them. It wasn't an easy playoff run either. They went 7 games with the Atlanta Hawks.
Yep.
They went 7 games with the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals. By no means was it easy. But he did it, right? He did it. But that was it. Unfortunately for him, the next year he's having to deal with KG injuries. The Celtics are never able to get back to that form.
Yeah.
Instead of staying with the team, he wants the easy route out. He wants more superstar caliber players thrown into his lap so he can build his credibility as a championship head coach. And it never comes to fruition again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It never comes to fruition again. He's never had he never has the same success that he had in the 08 season. He's gotten close. He's gotten within 1 game of getting back to those finals multiple times and has never been able to command the team to reach that point. And has only ever known, and he's only known now for blowing the 3-1 leads. He's even tried giving himself credibility for getting to the point of being 3-1 in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
He's gone on camera and said, "Well, I got us to 3-1. Well, I've gotten the team. We've gotten there. We just never could succeed." You can't give yourself the credit of getting to 3-1 and discrediting your blown 3-1 leads in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do that. You can't have it both ways, Doc Rivers. And it's unfortunate for him. It's unfortunate for him. And I wish he would have just stayed in broadcasting. I really wish he would have just said, "You know what? I'm calling it a coaching career. I've blown enough 3-1 leads.
Yeah.
Let me just get this bag and talk about basketball on live TV for the rest of my life." And Milwaukee said, "Hey, you want $30-something million?"
Yeah.
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 And he's just getting easy money. It's easy money.
Yeah, it was a funny clip Gilbert Arenas did of him. I don't know if you ever seen it, where he's pretending he's looking at his resume. "Oh, you did this in Philly? You did this with the Clippers? And you got hired for this job? What the fuck are we doing?" It's kind of funny. There's a clip of that.
Facts. Oh my God. I gotta see that. I usually don't like listening to the Gills Arena.
Yeah.
Because I cannot stand one of the players on there who just always wants to put Jason Tatum in his mouth. Pause. And talk smack. For what, bro? I'm not even gonna mention his name because I just don't want to even. He doesn't deserve it. You know what? I wonder how he feels tonight about his Bucks team getting manhandled by a team with no Jalen and no Tatum. What's he gonna say? Oh, what's he gonna do? Discredit Jalen and Tatum now and call them soft because the other guys smacked his team by 30 plus, smacked them.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do, Brandon Jennings? You're gonna call Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum soft because your soft ass team just got their ass whooped? fuck out of here.
Yeah, just hype guys that just want to get those clicks out there, I
They
guess.
that's all they want. That's all they want.
Yeah, it's like
Brand,
the Cam Newton of basketball there.
Brandon Jennings is a clown, bro. I've said his name
Yeah.
twice. That's it. That's all he's getting now. That's it. No more mentions. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, if Doc Rivers had just not out of Boston, I think he would have probably been there for Jalen and Jason, because the Celtics don't, they don't turn over coaches very often, and I know Pags and Wick loved him for what his time there, and he could have been part of the turnaround. But his ego, he wanted to coach what he thought was a ready-made team, a championship type of team, which the Clippers were talented at that point. Griffin
Mm-hmm.
and Paul and Jordan, but yeah, he just couldn't get them over that hump.
Doc Rivers probably could have had a statue outside of TD Garden.
Yeah.
He probably could have if he would have stayed with the team, gone through the rebuild. I mean, we don't know how successful he was going to be in a rebuild,
sure.
right? All we've ever seen him do is try to get around surrounded by superstars his career.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, I didn't really watch too much Doc Rivers, head coaching before the Boston Celtics, but I don't. Was he a head coach before the Celtics?
Yeah, Orlando Magic. He was
Okay.
around 500-ish coach, I guess, sort of.
All right. So he's kind of like the Bill Belichick of Boston basketball.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't even really give him that much credit, but slight comparison.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, his whole shtick has been let me go to where some superstars are that can, help me be a successful coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't really had younger players or anything like that that he's had to really
Yeah.
coach. This is probably like one of the most least talented teams he's probably had in his career, to be honest.
Mhm.
Um, besides Giannis. But look who he had before, who he was coaching before. He had Maxey, Embiid, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, like you said. I
Yeah.
mean, these guys were absolutely all stars.
Yeah.
All some all NBA. He had an MV. He was coaching an MVP,
Yeah. Yeah.
and still no hardware
Yeah.
to show. I mean,
Yeah.
he probably would have had a statue outside of TD Garden based on longevity,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Sticking it through with the Celtics and stuff. But I mean, if he doesn't leave, we don't get Brad Stevens.
True. True.
And you know, Brad Stevens, he lost his voice as a coach as well too. He said he would he loves not coaching anymore.
Yeah. He
Brad
does a lot.
Stevens, Brad Stevens, he is so happy in his role now. And he lost the locker room with
Mhm.
Tatum and Brown. But Danny Ainge had the foresight to be like, I'm not gonna let him go from this organization. Like, yeah, maybe he's not, fit to be a coach anymore. Maybe Brad Stevens probably himself lost that fire
Yeah.
and wanted to do something else. I mean, he was coaching at Butler for a while and then comes to the NBA, probably realizes, hey, this is a little bit harder than I thought. I got a couple superstars on my team right now that aren't really taking to my coaching anymore. And he's basically moved out the position. Danny Ainge was like, all right, we got to get you out of there. I'm going to promote you. I want you to take my spot when I leave. I'm going to retire. And you are in charge of picking the next voice of the head coach to lead these guys. And
Mhm.
he picked a great candidate, got them to the finals until his candidate messed it up for himself. And on the fly, had to find a replacement 2 weeks before the season starts and lands on Joe Mazzulla,
Mhm.
who wins the finals. Wins the finals with this team in his second year, and now has them positioned to be a playoff contender, championship contending team without Jason Tatum this year and Jaylen Brown leading.
Yeah, Missoula's got them playing best basketball of the season right now. One of the better teams in the NBA right now. I think they got to be like 13 or 14 out of the last 20 games. They've been on a good run right now. So the team's clicking. Just
And
gotta, yeah, just got to
yeah,
finish it out strong and keep these guys hungry and engaged. And he will.
yeah.
This team is so hungry, and these young kids are just they're just so fun to watch, and they never let up, they never let down. So
And none of this happens without Doc Rivers.
yeah,
None of this happens without Doc Rivers. So thank you, Doc Rivers, and good riddance. Please retire soon.
mm,
Just, I mean, maybe Doc Rivers is just trying to get himself fired. I mean, he's going to keep that contract money. But
yeah,
the Milwaukee Bucks, they can't really afford to pay any more coaches after giving them, they give all these coaches bags.
yeah, yeah,
And they can't make that mistake again.
yeah,
They're stuck with him until the contract is up.
yeah. If he should just step down, save his whatever legacy he has. He's still going to be a Hall of Fame coach just because of that
Mhm.
'08 championship. But the knock on Doc has always been he can't coach the younger kids. He doesn't like young guys, and it's sort of you see the track record now. Thinking back, he's sort of like the Phil Jackson, not to compare it to, but he wants a ready-made situation. He
Mhm.
doesn't want the young rookies, the young guys. He doesn't like coaching them, or he doesn't trust them, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, good riddance, Doc Rivers, man. Appreciate you, but yeah, Celtics would not be where we are at if you decided to stick around and be down with the rebuild.
Yeah,
But you dipped out, so hey, it is what it is. But appreciate it. We got another championship without you. Yeah, man. Uh, I think I'm gonna take. I think we should break right there. And take out for the night. Take off for the night. Good win today against Milwaukee. Last two wins right here, back to back against some rivals here. I wouldn't really call it a rivalry. We always kick their ass. Like Embiid said. Um, and yeah, two solid wins against some rivals these past two games, and just continuing to watch good hoops. I think we got 22, 21 more games left in the season, or 19, something like that. We're almost done, man. Almost done with the season.
yeah.
Regular season. We're still gonna be here post games for most of the games to the end of the regular season, and definitely gonna be here for the playoff run. Um, really, really excited about talking about some playoff basketball this year, because we didn't think we were gonna be at that point this year. I thought this was gonna be a regular season podcast. We were gonna ride off into the postseason, watching some other teams play hoops, and we were just gonna prepare for next season and get ready. But we're gonna be here, man. We're gonna be in the playoffs. We're gonna be here covering these games post game. We are not insiders. We are not, we're not getting the inside scoops, the post game press conferences, or nothing like that. But if you want to hear what some real fans of this team got to say about the games, what we see, what we're watching, and if you want to talk with us, don't be afraid to drop a comment. Don't be afraid to hit the live chat, say what's up. We are more than happy to answer some questions. We are more than happy to engage and talk to y'all. But we can't do it if you don't comment, right? So get those Twitter fingers ready. Next time we come back, and let's talk some hoops. All right, y'all. Appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. You can find me and my boy Adrian on X at Parquet Poppy at NBA Swing Pass. Hit that follow button. Follow Dynasty Proud 18. Adrian has been going ham on the updates on the Celtics Dynasty Proud X. getting some posts in, just trying to keep everybody engaged and updated. And follow, like I said, follow Boston Sports Entertainment Network at BSEN_617 if you want to hear about the Patriots, if you want to hear about the Bruins, if you want to hear about the Red Sox and the Grapefruit League and everything that's coming up over here in April. The Pesky Podcast. These guys be getting it in, bro. These guys be talking ball. They got Peyton Tolley on their podcast for an interview before the big guys, before the Section 10 guys. Peyton Tolley was on our podcast, on our network, talking ball. That's how we do things here at Boston Sports Entertainment Network, baby. So we're going to take off for tonight. Adrian, good talking some hoops with you tonight, man. It's been a little while. Appreciate you tuning in, stopping in, and talking some Celtics ball, man.
All right. So I'll catch you on the next one, CJ.
All right, y'all. Everybody take care. Have a good night. And I think we'll see y'all after the next game, whenever that is. Well, y'all can go look it up. But anyways, yeah, take care, everybody. Have a good night. Go Celtics, and peace out. Take care.
Peace.
Ends tonight here. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.